Hey guys, this Mike with Redneck Politics, where real American voices matter. One of the things I wanted to talk about is, it's easy for us to, blame everything on one person. It's Trump's fault this, it's Trump's fault that, it's Trump this, it's Trump that, and though I am one who likes to point out when Trump is wrong, because most of the time he's fucking wrong. But in this case, what I'm talking about is our system as a whole. I'm talking about the politicians that we put in office, the people that we elect to go up to represent us. And it seems like today, everything today is about the left or the right. The right's doing this, or the left's doing this, or the right's fault that they're having all the violence. Oh no, it's the left's fault. The reason why we're having all the violence. And my biggest thing is the people that we put in office are there to do a job. And it seems like the more folks that we've been putting in there is more self-centered on around the things that they want to get accomplished. And 9 times out of 10, it really doesn't even have any damn thing to do with us. It's more about them making as much money as they possibly can, whether it's coming from inside trading or let's say like Israel paying podcasters to put out something that works for them, not the real truth of the matter. But is it about the left or the right? What is it really about? Or is it really about what's right and wrong? I mean, I don't care who you are. You're a human being, and you know the difference between right and wrong. You know when you're putting out hateful posts that other people are going to pick up on or read, or maybe they don't have the mental stability that everybody else has, and they run with it in another direction. I mean, it's like the Charlie Kirk assassination. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around about this. Now, we all must admit, every one of us must admit, that there's more into that assassination than just this guy who, by the way, ain't even talking in custody. There is more to it, and we all know that. There are going to be some things that they're going to try to keep stamped down so the public don't pick it up. But that's why you have good journalists to find out what that shit is, because the public, they deserve to know. But it's the conspiracy theories that are being put out there. And what I don't understand is, if you are so hell-bent determined to be a podcaster or be in politics or be in the news media, or no matter what it is, you must be honest and tell the truth. I mean, when you don't do that, when you're not standing up and telling the facts, these people take it any way they want and they run with it. And next thing you know, somebody ends up dead. Charlie Kirk did not deserve to die. I don't give a damn who you are. You do not deserve to be done that way. There was things that he might have said that you might not have liked. But everybody has, a right to state their opinion, not to be fucking murdered. And that's what it was. It was straight out murder. They got these conspiracy theories out there now that this guy is Mighty Mike, whoever they're, Mighty Mike Phillip. I don't know his name. He worked for Charlie, and he's part of the their company and close friends and all that. And they're trying to say, well, he was on the phone. He was calling somebody immediately after the man was shot, instead of running over there to administer aid, which I got to say is Don't look good, does it? Because the first thing I would want to do as my friend, if it was my friend that was shot, man, fuck that phone. I'm trying to get him as much immediate care as I possibly can. Well, we find out that he went to call Erica to inform her. Number one, I don't understand. I do understand that that's her husband, and she has a right to know whatever happens with him. But in the first, let's just say, the first 60 seconds of the shooting, I don't think it's the time to be calling her up. I mean, I know you didn't call her up just to say, "Hey, how are you doing?" So that makes it all it makes it strange. And when you're trying to hide what that was all about, people are going to automatically think it's a conspiracy theory, and you can't blame them, man, because there is so much discord in our government now. You don't know what to believe. And that's why I say, for our people in Congress, our congressmen, our senators, man, it is your job to tamp down any type of violence and not spread it. And when you have the United States of America call for the execution of somebody stating what is fact, and that is no military personnel should follow an order that is unlawful. That's what there is to it. I mean, that's all there is to it. And he's going to call for his execution. Now, here you have a sitting president who is stirring this shit up more and more. And the one person that you would think that would want to bring the temperature down, instead, he's up there making comments like these people should have the death penalty. Now he's calling for the court martial of Senator Kelly. Now I want you to understand something. If you folks don't know, I'm going to tell you. Senator Kelly was a military officer. He was a fighter pilot, and he was also an astronaut. He has got so many hours of flight time, it's not even funny. And for most pilots, they don't get the opportunity to be an astronaut and fly the type of missions that Kelly did. His wife, who was a representative of her state, Arizona, I think she was a senator. I think so. Well, I know so. But she gets shot in the head by an assassin. I believe 6 other people were killed in that incident, but she lived, and now she has some health issues that keeps her from, doing the job that she was elected to do. So what happens? Her husband, Mr. Kelly, he steps up to the plate and he picks up where she left off. This man, he is one of our heroes. He is somebody that has dedicated all his life to the people of the United States. Donald Trump don't have enough credibility, and I want to say that again. He don't even have enough credibility in his little finger to match Senator Kelly. People were doing nothing but stating the obvious. These military personnel are in a bind. They want to do what's right. They want to follow the law. They want to do what their commander-in-chief tells them to do. But there are also some orders that are definitely unlawful. And that's what I'm talking about. Where are our people? Where are these goddamn Republicans that know what President Trump stated about Mr. Kelly being executed. They know it's wrong. And yet they are doing nothing. They are saying nothing. The Republican system is silent. You don't hear anything, do you? You know why? Because that silence is deafening. But now let's well, hold up, Mr. Democrats. What the fuck are y'all doing? I'm gonna tell you. We need a good, strong leader to come up through the Democratic Party. You know, we have two systems, and it seems like both systems are so corrupt. And I'm not talking about everybody. Trust me, I am not talking about everybody. But our system is so corrupt that these guys have gotten so complacent. And again, I've mentioned Lindsey Graham's name 100 times. Now, all right, Mr. J.D. Vance, who I think is pitiful. He's sick. You know, what I don't like is somebody who is just two-faced. Man, be who you are, but don't be two-faced. And before Trump, you know, before Vance become his vice president, Vance literally put this man down at every way that he could. I mean, he talked very low of Trump and what he thinks about Trump. Now all of a sudden, everything Trump is saying is right, even though you can see video where Vance is saying something totally different just 3 or 4 years ago. And I don't understand. I understand people may change their mind on some things, but to the degree that he is not even standing up for what he said 3 or 4 years ago, and this is supposed to be his belief, this is supposed to be what's in him, how he feels, he flips. Look at Mario Rubio. You know, at one time, I think I might have had some respect for him. Not anymore. I mean, this man ran for president himself. You know, he has talked about Trump in so many different ways. It's not even funny. And then Trump makes him the Secretary of State. And now, instead of Marco Rubio's beliefs in the policies that he firmly believes in and stands behind, is out the fucking door. You can look at him. You can look at the defeat in his eyes, man. Because he knows everything, most of everything that Trump's doing is bullshit. Just like this 28-point thing they got saying that this was, you know, Trump's plan, and then they literally find out that it was based on what the damn Russians was wanting. So we give them that. And you know what? It just makes you look like a goddamn fool, man. Makes you look like you ain't got no sense at all. And those aren't, I mean, man, we need good people in these positions. And see, that's the deal with Trump's second term. This time he didn't pick people that were based on their experience and they know what they're doing. No, it's on loyalty. That's what it's about. Loyalty to the king. Man, one of my things, you know, I was all for Trump. You know, I figure, well, what the hell? He can't do any damn worse than what the other ones have been doing in there. At least he's speaking his mind. The first time I really started moving away from Trump was during COVID. Trump knew ahead of time, they say up to 3 months, that he knew ahead of time about this COVID outbreak. And he kept trying to downplay it because he was worried about it affecting the coming election. And he knew that COVID had hurt him. But it wouldn't have hurt him so bad as if he would have come out and just been fucking honest with the goddamn American public. They can take it, you know. And so, we lost over 1 million people at that moment just here in the United States, you know. And let's just say you had those 3 months back. I'd say that's about an average of 100,000 people we would have saved. Instead, that's 100,000 more that are in their grave, and their families are paying for it each and every day. And it was all because the greed of another human being. This man does not deserve to be in the White House. The only reason why he ran now was 2 reasons. He wants the power, and he knew his fucking ass was going to prison. He was going to prison, brother. That's what saved him. Now, I don't know what's going to happen after the 2028 election. I don't know if he can still be held accountable for some of the things that he did, considering that the damn Supreme Court just pretty much gave him a fucking get out of free card. And I've never heard that in my life, man. Never have I heard. This is the first time I've ever heard that there is one man above the law here in the United States. We were taught that there is no one above the law. Yet you have our children and their children looking at us going, which is it? You know, are y'all going to stand by what you say, or you're just going to be like everybody else and just lie through your teeth? We need to make changes in Congress, in the Senate, and in the White House. No man is above the law. If you break it, I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, I don't care. Your ass deserves to go to jail. And with these Epstein files, it don't make no shit to me. If you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, you're an independent, you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're an atheist, it does not fucking matter. There's no pedophile should be walking around on the face of this earth. I'm not saying killing people, so don't even try that shit. Of course, I don't know what you would do if it was your child that were doing it to. But that's another story. But there's so much dishonesty going on. I mean, the Epstein files, just for itself, is one of the biggest scandals we've had in this country, probably since Watergate. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you now, once these files come out, if you get all the files, if you are a Republican or if you are a Democrat and you chose to participate in messing with young girls, I will open up that cell door for you. So if it's Clinton, if it's Alan Dershowitz, if it's Trump, it doesn't matter who it is. They have a place for you, and it's called lockup. The problem is is you got to watch all them people that's in prison too that do not like child molesters. So you have a lot tougher time in there, I'm afraid. But guys, we have to change the people that we vote into office, man. You know, do we get involved enough? Do we need to do more? What is it that we need to do to get people in Congress that will govern for us and be held accountable for their actions? I don't know. But it's time for every American there is to stand up and voice your opinion. You have that right, man. There's enough silence. There's enough protection. There's enough bullshit. It's got to stop. We should be concentrating on things like the cost of living, which you don't even want me to bring that up because Trump, they all keep saying, well, it's the Biden economy. It's the Biden economy. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. We can show you all kind of statistics where this is fucking Trump's economy. And it started day one when he started throwing out them tariffs. Everybody needs to be held accountable. Look at the guy, I can't even think of his name, the czar, the ice czar. They got this dude taking a $55,000 bribe on camera. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Just like with Trump and Bannon with the wall. They knew exactly what they were going to do. They were going to cheat as much as they could. They got money for the wall from, and this is what gets me, is most of the people that Steve Bannon solicited to get money from to help finish the Trump wall were all Republicans. He had no problem going up into a group of them and explaining to them why you need to be involved in this. But what's fucked up about it, and it's really not screwed up because they've been doing this shit, man. Nobody has paid attention to it. Out of $25 million that he hustled up, that wall didn't see a dime. It all went into Steve Bannon and Donald Trump's pockets. And they filed, the feds filed charges on Bannon for this. They were going to prosecute him for it. The deal was that Trump pardoned him first. So think about that, guys. See, it didn't involve a lot of y'all, and it wasn't really talked about a whole lot because it was Republicans getting fucked over by more Republicans, and they were eager to pay, help pay for this wall to finish out the Trump wall to make him look better because they are all diehard MAGA Republicans. Well, them diehard MAGA Republicans got your goddamn ass ripped off, didn't you? By your own people, man. How is it possible that this man can break the law and steal $25 million, and then the president turns around and pardons him? See, shit's got to be changed about this shit, because I can understand the president having pardoning powers. He needs that because there are some cases that it definitely needs to be done. But why are we leaving it up to one man who had his hand in that cookie jar too with Bannon? But we let it go. Nobody said shit about that. Nobody's saying nothing about it. Look, we need facts that are put out. None of this conspiracy theory bullshit. We need some Republicans to grow some fucking balls. Because I'll tell you right now, I got Rand Paul and Massey, those two right there. At least they're man enough to do it. Man, we got a long way to go. This Russian-Ukraine war, we got a long way to go. Look, guys, please hit the like, subscribe, and alert button for me. Again, I'm new at doing this. Never done a podcast. The reason why is because, in my heart, I am very passionate about our country. I've had people die in wars that are my family to protect this country. We have people that have died in multiple wars all over the world to make us a free nation. And I'll be damned if one man's going to come in and fuck it up for everybody. People, we need to fight back. And I don't mean with violence. Do not get that fucked up. Violence is the worst thing in the world that you can cause to another human being because they have a different belief system than you do. It doesn't matter. They're still fucking Americans, people. I want to continue to do more of this. The only reason why I called it redneck politics was not because of, against anything or anybody. I do it because most of your voters that voted for Trump are your diehard redneck Americans. That's just the facts. And the thing of it is he's trying to make every goddamn person that voted for him look like a fucking idiot, like they're stupid, like they don't know what the hell's going on. And I see America is starting to stand up. They're becoming more and more aware of it. The man has a 62% disapproval. You know what that tells me? That there are Americans who voted for his ass who are waking up going, oh my God. So guys, anything that you can do to help me, I mean, if you want to, hit me up and tell me what a sorry guy I am, at least somebody's telling me something. I don't know. I'm just trying to do the best I can. So you guys take care, and I'll see you the next time. Peace.